It's September 2024 and we find ourselves once again on Twinstar Cataclysm. But we have two options. We can play on Apollo, the original older Cataclysm realm, or we can choose to play on Athena, which was launched probably several months ago. I'm losing track of time. So let's check out Athena, the new realm first. I leveled one paladin, he's only at level 67, and I bought this one at level 85 so I didn't have to level all the way through. I bought it on the character auction house, which Twinstar website offers. And this is what the capital city for the Alliance, Stormwind, looks like now at 8 p.m. Central EU time, which is also server time. This is about the peak time. It is Friday today, so it's one of those better days. Saturday maybe even better. Basically a dead city. Yeah, like 3 people we could see. 3 to 4 people. Let's see the dual zone, whether there's anything going on there. Twinstar may be a small server, but 2 things aren't as small as Twinstar. Number 1, my ego. And number 2, the selection of private servers at gtop100.com, our video sponsor. Go into World of Warcraft section, you have a bunch of private servers to choose from. Thanks gtop100 for sponsoring the video once again. And back to Twinstar. I'm in a guild with 400 members, I'm the only one online. And let's see the officers and guild masters. 9 months since their last online for Guildmaster, 4 months, 9 months, 8 months. So it's probably been just under a year that the server's been online. It's mostly several months that people have not logged in on the server here. You know, fresh hype and then everybody goes away. The dual zone is empty. Let's try to use /who, which is of course broken, but we can see how many people there are when we search for a class. So we have 21 paladins online at this moment, 23 druids, 12 mages, 10 priests. So if we add that up, I guess it would make about 200 people online, probably. I think it's both factions showing too. Raise Blood Elf Human, yes. So this is both factions. In total, about 200 people online at peak on Athena, Cataclysm on Twinstar. Very comparable to what we saw on Mists of Pandaria on the Helios realm, also by Twinstar project. I call this a dead server, you could call it a small server, but the truth is if we queue up for a battleground, it's probably never gonna pop. 1 alliance is queued, 1 horde queued. I don't think BGs would be happening here. Tolbarad in progress. Let's try to get in and see if there's anybody in Tolbarad right now. It looks like a small friendly Tolbarad fight. Whoever's defending probably has the upper hand, and it's the alliance that's defending right now. And we have about, what is it, 10 people here? Yeah, exactly 10 people in Tolbarad fight. It's nice to see that it's at least happening, and there's some hordes and alliances here. But it's also kind of sad, it's only seeing just few people here. These people having very casual 1v1. Easy. I don't think it's really worth it checking out Horde because the factions are more or less even, so I'm not expecting any big changes in terms of population, popularity, activity on Horde. Let's try to queue up for a random Hour of Twilight Heroic if I can. No, I can't. I don't have the requirements. So let's try Cata Heroic. See how many people are in queue if we have tanks, healers, DPSs waiting for their dungeon. Only 3 DPS. I guess it would be possible to get in a dungeon, but you'd probably have to be very patient and ideally play a tank or a healer. The world chat, not very active. I see a message pop up here and there. Now I am on Apollo, the original older Cataclysm realm. And Stormwind pretty much looks the same as on Athena, maybe even emptier. We only have 1 player here on the square compared to some 3 to 4 people that we saw on Athena. If we go and look at /who and search by class, we only have 3 paladins, we have 7 druids, 7 priests, 6 hunters. So this is obviously a lot smaller even in comparison to Athena. So if you want to have the bigger realm out of the 2, Athena is definitely the right place for you. Although again, there's probably like 200 players at peak, which is nothing. So here it's probably under 100, well under 100 overall. And it's also, just to be sure, Draenei, Dwarf, Orc, it's both factions showing too. So whatever we saw on Athena just a few moments ago, this is even smaller here. Which is unfortunate, seeing an old server, one of the real OGs, really die down so much. It's never been as bad as it is right now for Twinstar. It's really going downhill. They even tried to revitalize the server a little bit, listen to people's suggestions. They implemented a bunch of things, cross factions, bonus weekends. They tried to copy a lot of the features that Whitemane has. Nothing worked. Still, as I always say with Twinstar, very well scripted, small server. If you have your old characters here and want to play, the server's still around. If you want to play on a really small server and probably only be able to do solo content, both Athena and Apollo are still available and probably will be available. As far as I can see, I don't think they would be closing the server since it's been around for 15 years, but again, it's in a much worse state in terms of popularity than it's ever been.